Spring 2025. It's like May 5th. We have
May 7th.
May 7th. We have black chokeberries and pawpaws and elderberry and pin oaks and river birch this is river birch that comes from a big river birch over here, and since it colonizes, went through all the way here, like 10 yards over, and there's like another 10-foot tree off of it. There's actually like 3 trees in a row off of the one. After 6 years. Shrubs are doing good. Got swamp white oaks, tulip poplar, American thumb,
Wildflower?
black willow oak, wildflower, sycamore that was beavered by a vole. I picked it up out of the hole like a golf flag. I was like, ah. And then I just jammed it back in, and it's got leaves. And so jam it back in. Swamp white oak, redbud, more redbuds. That's neat. This is black gum, is doing black gum stuff. I think that these could be clusters of berries. Maybe I have not seen these flower yet. So, but they have berries. I believe they're edible, and that's a tulip poplar leaf. Put this once it gets big enough, put these deer protection on it. This is a pristine witch hazel with a weird knobby thing on there. No clue what that is. Huh. I wonder if that's like a normal thing that it does. Warty witch hazel with other little things on it. Interesting. Blackberry. So leaves it free and all that stuff, let it be or whatever, but when you got something like this with some thorns, wait for September and eat a bunch of blackberries. Swamp white oak. Could be 350 years old, hopefully. Not all of them make it. This is a sycamore that, I don't know, like, some of them had like this going on, and then like more would grow, and then, I don't know if it was like a vole eating it and then it kept on growing back and we get stressed out, or if it's like a disease or something, but I haven't figured that out. Where are we at? Sweet Bay magnolia. Little planted pin oak. Some more witch hazel. A whole bunch of whatever that is. That's something new. And so some lilac and some okay. Sideways sycamore, shrubs. sycamores. Like, if it eats the leader, another one comes out. PHS Tree Tenders instructs that if you want to get the maximum life out of something, and if there's competing leaders, then you trim the tree so that there's only one trunk going on, and then in the future, 20 years, 50 years, that liability of like wind snapping off one of the leaders and being the thing that makes it not survive, that they instruct to prune it at that. But I like the dynamic I like the way trees look when there's a whole bunch going on. You know what I mean? Like dual leaders, something like this. So they instruct to, like, you would cut the one on the left and let the one on the right go up, but I don't like that. I like to get ticks and throw them off because they are little spiders. Wow, there is a lot here. So ticks, etymology, study of insects, are arachnids. They have two parts of their body, the head and the cytothorax, I think it's called. And if you get a tick on you, you don't squeeze its stomach, because it has this, that's where the infection, Bernoulli something, is in it. So you hold it, you grab it by its head and you pull it off, and then it's another black gum. This is the second year planted. So this whole area is like done. This is like what the goal is. But then now you gotta get everything else here. This whole spot's like a whole bunch of pawpaws. Pawpaw patch. You see some leaves sticking out of some of these. I mean, some died, but then there's a whole bunch of, this is milkweed. So this is like what the monarch butterfly hosts on, native. And then we got, this is Phragmite. And the Phragmite is mostly invasive. It's all over the place. It's like trying to get rid of that too. Trying to make this into native. So the whole property was this, mile a minute. Thorns, little triangular leaves, and then see how it has bites out of it? They have, there's all these different tactics to get rid of invasive things. And I thought it was an interesting concept when you go to the land grant colleges, Penn State Extension, and how they instruct, or like, you can potentially remove this stuff manually, the way that you would remove mile a minute manually, like grab it down and gingerly get the root, and then that won't grow a mile a minute anymore. But the holes in it, they released weevils, not here, but to eat the leaves of the mile a minute, just so it produces less berries, so that it limits the spread. So there's all these different tactics, and you got to think of 100%. You don't always have to be 100%. You can lessen it, the impact of it, 20% or something, by doing something like that, and it's still meaningful. So you don't always have to be 100%. It adds up. And they actually changed laws in the EPA to allow remediation efforts where that if the entity can only do a 5% job, that they're welcome to try to limit it. So this whole area, you got like native ferns, trying to preserve that. And this is in the background, that big tree there, that's the tree of heaven, the spotted lanternfly host tree. Don't really want that there. Excited about the caged shrubs. I wonder if the nest will get reused there. So this is 2020 to 2022, and then like for the majority of it 1,250 trees, and then like kept on replanting from other projects, other biodiversity, from other projects, other species of trees and shrubs. This is you come here and sometimes when there's nothing else to eat in the park, the deer come here and then they're like, oh yeah, cages, and they just plop on it and put all their weight on it and just get back up and eat it. That's one way of doing it, huh? And what's other stuff? So when you remove invasives, just like you want to, stuff like Phragmite, just weed whack it before it produces seeds. And if you want to limit its, if you weed whack it, it'll limit how much water it gets. But it's like taking water from feet down under the ground. So some trees have horizontal roots, some trees have like looks like the canopy underneath, where it goes directly down like a swamp white oak, and things that have tap roots normally do that too. So maybe like a pawpaw tree. And then some other stuff is cool. Some more ferns. This is a princess tree, and the princess tree has these purple flowers, but it's Chino. It's from China, and it was introduced into the United States to remediate coal mines, and because it can grow in harsh atmospheres, and they wanted to put green in there without actually cleaning up everything. But they do have a neat method that they're building these mini power plants in ex-coal mines, where they left these huge mountains of coal where the chunks weren't big enough, and then just left it there because it was like uneconomical to sell. So they build these smaller power plants in a local community, and it'll power, they'll use the rest of that, and it'll power the community for about 20 years, and it'll help with cleaning up the coal that's there. So as long as it's clean, then that's a way of remediation, and not waste. The river birch, and there's a ladybug up there somewhere. I don't know if you see it. Where are you? There you are. whatever, ladybugs. There's there's a researcher at Penn Extension that's trying to use the scent of ladybugs to be an organic way of preventing aphids from eating stuff like crops like lettuce and spinach and stuff like that without using insecticide. So that's pretty cool. That's this project, spring 2025. Looks like it's almost good.